Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lynn Lowdown. Today we have the pleasure of welcoming on Michele LaPoetica Richardson, the inaugural Poet Laureate for the City of Lynn. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me, Danny. How you doing?
I'm doing well, how are you?
I'm hanging in there, doing well as well, feeling blessed.
I've been excited for this one because I feel like I have so many questions for you, and you're always just so passionate. It's like, I could ask you one question, you could start going, and I'd sit here and go, great, we got the whole thing.
Well, I'm an open book. Hit me.
Oh, right. So, first of all, when Lynn said they were going to have a Poet Laureate, I'll admit you were the first person I thought of. Like, instantly, when I thought about it, I said, Michele, that fits. But
Thank you.
when it was announced and you sang it in the city council chambers, like how was that?
Wow, it was quite a moment. It was, for me, I gotta touch upon the little girl in me, you know, that wandered these streets and navigated through the city as a child, and to see myself now holding a title as that for being who I love to be, you know, doing what I love to do, and to be the first of my kind, you know, is also kind of awe-inspiring for myself, like, because I know better than anyone what my journey has been.
Right.
You know, a lot of the people that were on the selection committee, when the first time they ever saw me perform, I was homeless. You know, so to have known the journey and to see myself now where I'm at, it's pretty dope.
It is. It's pretty incredible. And you even talked about, too, you're the first, and you really want to shape this role and make sure that it's really impactful for those that come after you as well, those that hold the title later.
Indeed. I think it's kind of my duty, you know, to make sure that those that come after me have an easier, smoother transition to begin their work.
Yeah.
Definitely not laying down anything that's immovable. You know, I feel like part of being an artist is understanding that there is no box, right? This is how I see the Poet Laureateship, you know, and this is how I made my C happen, you know, so let's help you build yours. How does, you know, like the whole process of becoming Poet Laureate in itself is it's incredible, but it's very complex. It's like a crazy roller coaster ride, right? You have to pick a selection of poems from your repertoire. Like, I have hundreds of poems that I've written over the years. I started writing poetry when I was a kid. So you can imagine combing through that. And then as you change and grow and evolve as a human being, as a soul, like, your writing changes. Yeah. You know? And for me, going through it all and just picking the poems was crazy, Danny. Like, selecting the ones that I felt like, this is it, you know, and yeah, it was definitely a beautiful process, but like filled with so much, you know.
And you talk about poetry, art in general, as you can bring someone into your bubble, into your experience. And I feel that whenever you perform, because you go to flag raisings, you go to celebrations, protests, you go to so many different events, but it feels like that's what happens with you. You almost go to this place, and it's like everyone's in there with you.
Yeah.
Just for a few minutes.
I think that's kind of the goal of every artist, you know. You want to be able to do what fills your soul and have that in some way, shape, or form or another impact somebody in a positive way, inspire them, move them, change a perspective, whatever it may be. But like in that moment, through your words, through my words, what I always intend to do is allow people an opportunity to feel what I feel. You know, I craft my words in a way that like draws you in. And then when I perform them, like I can give you any of my pieces that you've recorded over the years, and you reading them and you hearing them from me are two very different things.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
100%.
So for me, it's about capturing the attention and capturing the very spirit of everyone listening, because I'm there for a reason. Whether I'm there to commemorate the spirit of Juneteenth, or whether I'm there to commemorate a water fountain, or, you know, to speak at a protest for my people, whatever it may be, the idea is to allow everybody in that moment to understand why I'm there. Right. Like the purpose of it all, like the end game. What is the end game to this moment? you know? So I feel like as artists, we are tasked with recalibrating people individually, community, society in general. So yeah, it's definitely about that for me.
And I know another piece you mentioned of it, it's another piece of the Laureate is literacy, which we may not think about, but that is another very important piece of art and really spreading that across the community as well.
Absolutely. I have been blessed to be deeply involved with the Real program over the years. Shouts out to Miss Jan Plord. So many things. I mean, she's my mentor. She's like a mother. She's a friend. She's a sister. She's Meredith Grey and I'm Yang. So this is our thing. But yeah, what Jan brings to the community through the Real program is an opportunity to learn to love reading. An opportunity to learn to love literacy and all different types of writing and writers and authors and whatnot. So as a poet laureate, like, poetry is written word, right? So it's important to create a love for that. You know, and for me, it's a little bit more than that. It's about the freedom that comes with you putting down how you feel on paper. Whether it's a traumatic event, like I have poets that are part of shouts out to Tony Rose and the Blue Rose movement. These poets are all people that have been affected by some kind of trauma. Right, and their poetry reflects not only what they went through, but how they survived it and where they're at now. So, like, I feel like as artists, we have that opportunity to engage in that way.
And one of the ways you do that, I know you wanted to talk about this, was the Inspire Rain project. That was another thing. So I'll admit, I don't know that much about it. So would you be able to talk about it a little bit?
So, okay. So again, I'm shouting out my peoples. Tia Cole is one of, in my opinion, one of the most unsung heroes of this community. Because Tia Cole is always out there letting people know about these grants and opportunities for them to be or get closer to who they are, right? So during the pandemic, we met through the mutual aid. I would come in and translate posts and things like that. She helped me get my first grant. And my first grant was for a project called Raining Poetry. And I had a whole bunch of stencils made, and I got this hydrophobic liquid that allowed me to create messages on sidewalks that are only visible when it rains.
Okay, that's awesome. I didn't know it existed, but I love it now.
Yeah, so, you know, because of the challenges that also we as artists and organizers face with, I barely have enough to make this happen. Right. I don't have enough to pay a Danny to come and follow my footsteps and record every moment. Right. I don't have enough to pay a Francois to come and take pictures of what I'm doing, so I have to just do it. Right. You know? So in that just doing it, we also cheat ourselves as artists because nobody knows unless they're there. Right. You know, so Inspire Rain is a revisit of that project, but in a more expanded form. One of the things that I started last year was a youth poetry program. Yes. So it's called North Shore Youth Spoken Word, and our group here in Lynn is called the Poetic Linguistics. A fun play on words. I agree with that. But the whole great thing about this is that it's part of the Creative Cities project. So I was blessed to receive the support of the city through the Creative Cities Initiative and get funding to do this and bring on my young poets, the youth poets that I work with, and other members of the community to create these phrases that they would want to either hear themselves or give to somebody on a day that they're down or on a gloomy day or a rainy day to uplift the spirits. So the Inspire Rain project, it aims to uplift and inspire all those that come across these messages on a rainy day.
I love that. Yeah. I love the literal name, but that's also it totally flips. You think, oh, rain means maybe people aren't as happy. It totally flips that around.
Yeah, like literally the whole name of the initiative is Inspire Rain, Fall to Rise. So in order for you to see the inspiration or, you know, the kind of the blessing within a message, it has to rain, you know. Sometimes you don't know how strong you are until you go through a little something. So it's all about empowerment.
It is. I said, you always put things so eloquently, too, when you're going, how do I follow this? How do I keep going with it? I mean, I know I have to wrap up in a moment, but I wanted to open it up to you now. Is there any other specific programming or anything else that you wanted to make sure you said, or just in general, too?
So, okay, so I could not sit here and not thank from the most profound depths of me the Lynn Music Foundation for not just the work that they're allowing me to do for my community that I love so much, but for the work that they themselves are doing for the community, the youth, the artists in the community. I do an open mic there. Twice a month. Every first and third Sunday, you'll find me at the Lynn Music Foundation's Neil Rantoul Theater, which is also known as a Black Box Theater. I have an open mic there. I have a youth open mic. So the Poetic Linguistics meet from 4 to 6. And then from 7 to 11, we have the 18-plus open mic open for everybody. It's a sober space. So it's a sober mic to welcome all of those. We have a lot of people here in recovery that are really doing their most absolute best to steer their life around, and they too need to unpack and express themselves in a place where they're safe to do so. And it's a judgment-free zone, and it's very embracing. Everybody gets a writing prompt. Everybody gets an opportunity to get up and speak their piece. So it's a dope, and it's free, and it's open also for entrepreneurs, small businesses, community organizations. If you're out there and you want to come and spread the word about what you're working on or who you want to work with or anything, like, I don't charge for the spaces. Wow. You know, I ask that in return for the space, you help me promote the mic.
There you go.
You know,
great trade.
All youth, 12 to 18, are welcome to the youth open mic. We do writing workshops and performing workshops from 4 to 5, and then from 5 to 6, it's the youth open mic.
All right. Well, that's perfect. Yeah, I know. I got to get down to one of those one time. It's on my list.
I'm waiting. Bring your mom when you come.
I will be sure to
Please do.
I will. And I know I have to wrap up now, but again, I want to congratulate you again for being the city's first Poet Laureate. I really look forward to September when you have another event that's going to be coming up for you.
Everybody be on the lookout because the promo is going to come out. And I just want to leave everyone watching. We're all going through a little bit of something right now. Be kind to one another. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. And in your darkest moments, remember you are light. That's my piece.
There we go. I should just end it right there. But again, thank you so much, Michele, for coming on. Thank you for your amazing words. And of course, keep an eye out for that promo. But for now, I'm Danny Vittori. This has been the Lynn Lowdown, and we'll see you next week with more guests.
Thank you.